Alrighty, hello. We're going to be doing a Silk Song story review using the song Viva la Vida. Okay, here we go. We gotta go back to the beginning. So we start out with the intro, a classic. Hornet being brought back to a kingdom that they don't remember, but that they're connected to. We start with I used to rule the world, following Hornet looking at lost scripture explaining her connections to Pharloom. Seas would rise when I gave the word. That is about the abyssal sea. That is about how she is able to go into the abyss and literally be saved by the night. And it's not the first time that she's needed to fuck with the abyss before. Um, and now they're caught. They're caught in a land that's familiar that they kind of have roamed before, depending on how you think about weavers and their reproduction. In a way, she was reborn in a different place. And then we have the bridge. Her in the sea, in the abyss, once again. I used to roll the dice. This is about her willingness to risk her own life and risk herself during this adventure. Specifically, I chose her being, well, experimented on. She was willing to become a witch just to do this. Feel the fear in my enemy's eyes. She was willing to turn into a witch just to fight her girlfriend did. The crowd would sing, and then I changed to the choral chambers. The old king is dead, long live the king. It's the night. I held the key as we show the false ending, the one where the snare does not work because they held the key yet the walls were closed on me. It doesn't work in that ending. So we show the cursed child because we were talking about them being a witch again. Remember. Lock in, lock in. Pillars of salt and pillars of sand. I was going to change and do another shot, but then I realized, like, the cursed bud ending is pretty grim, pretty pillars of salt and sand, not gonna lie. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, and then we go to Bell Home and the motif of the main bells that you need to ring. 6 bells for the last judge. Roman cavalry choirs are singing. We go to the threefold chorus. Be my mirror, as in Trobio, because we love his mirrors. My sword, we swap to Hornet falling and needing to use their sword as a shield to fucking escape and, be safe. There isn't really any examples of shields. I was going to use Lace as a shield just because she is the thing that saves her from Grandmother Silk. She is the thing that is used as a barrier between the protagonist and the void, a vessel for the void. But I wanted this. Missionaries in a foreign field. I believe last time that they said missionaries in a foreign field, I showed Lace because she is a teammate that ends up in the void. This time I show Hornet going down to the void to her missionary in the foreign field. Once you'd gone, Lace, never an honest word. This is the cut ending, but that was when I ruled the world. This is the ending where Hornet absorbs themselves into Grandmother Silk and does not rebirth themselves, but simply ascends, like fully ascends into a higher being. This is the bad ending. This is the fallen kingdom. This is the wicked and wild winds that down the doors to let them in. All of these people, they couldn't believe what she'd become. For her head on a, just a puppet on a lonely string, the first sinner is literally punished eternally, is forced to be a puppet, is forced to teach Hornet, is forced to do so much. They were just a bug. They were just a bug. Do you know how many bugs aspire to be a god? None. They're fucking bugs. On a lonely string, and then we swap to the Bell Home secret where Hornet gets strung up and is literally a puppet on a string. And this is also connected to the first sinner because the little weaver, we got our friend up in the rafters. You know her. You love her. Widow. Widow and the first sinner are very connected to each other. They are very like mirrors and foils of each other. So Widow collecting us and trying to like do this to us and control us is the opposite of what the first sinner does. The first sinner fights us because they want to teach, they want to inform, they want us to win. Widow does it because they want us in order to make themselves win. Who would want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells ringing as we open up the gates to the Bell City, the wonderful lands of fucking Pharloom. The Citadel. And we just got some B-roll. My sword and shield, my missionaries, we go back to Lace. Foreign field we go to when she's in the abyss, because that's a foreign area, after they were a void person. Never an honest word. This fight wasn't honest. These people weren't enemies. But that was when they ruled the world. Dun, 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 dun. Just some B-roll movement, more Hornet getting adventurous. Hear Jerusalem bells are ringing. When you end up when Act 3 starts, the first thing you do is get to the Bell sewers because the Bell Beast is in trouble. So you literally start hearing your one ally like screaming and fucking ringing bells of alarms in the sewers. It's cute. Ada is the Roman cavalry choirs. He's my mirror, my sword and shield. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries. This is now talking about the knight saving them. I know St. Peter won't call my name. This time it's talking about the knight. Hornet knows that the knight isn't there. The knight isn't really alive in a sense. This felt more like a ghost meeting someone. Something you can accept happened, but you can't plan on happening again. I know St. Peter won't call my name for some reason that they can't explain. Never alone this world, but that was when I ruled the world. And this shows the proper ending to get into Act 3. We cut back to this. And then we show her getting her arms all bigger. So what do you think? I really like Silk Song. I love the story. I love Viva la Vida. It's my song. It's me. So yeah.